Nullscape is a rather complicated game, with a lot of the difficulty being curses and economy. However, there is an item that mixes these two together, offering high risk yet high reward: the medal. This is a guide all about the medal and, by extension, the curses it offers. The medal is an upgrade purchasable in the shop as soon as level 5, and for a base cost of 100. This cost, while seemingly low, at the time it appears in shop, it's a pretty hefty cost. Buying it early is okay, but I would usually buy it around level 8 for reasons I'll go over later. After you buy the medal, every odd-numbered level or every level casual, a medal will spawn on collapse. You must pick it up and bring it back to the beacon in order to get rewards, and avoiding it nets you none. If you bring it back, you gain money and a medal curse option for the next curse selection. Bringing back the medal isn't always an easy thing, however, considering that it only spawns in collapse. That means that there is a somewhat timer to it before the platforms underneath it collapse. If you're still able to grab it after the platforms collapse, it'll just be floating in the air. Picking up the medal will disable your abilities and grant you an extra jump, or 2 extra jumps if you're playing Wanted. With it disabling your abilities, make sure that you have a feasible path back to the beacon if the platforms around you have already collapsed, as dying with the medal means losing it for that level, since you cannot pick up a medal from a dead player. Once you bring it back, on your next curse selection, you are now able to pick between 2 types of curses: medal curses or curses. Curses, of course, being the normal curse pool that has rerolls. Medal curses, however, have a slight twist. You are able to gain money from picking a medal curse, with the drawback being you have to pick difficult curses, and that you are unable to reroll your choices. This on paper sounds terrible, but when you look at the medal curse pool, it doesn't seem all that much better, especially for newer players. The medal's golden gift rewards scale with every time you select the medal curse, meaning the more you use it, the more gifts you gain from it. Medal curses seem daunting at first, but when you experience the curses that it offers, you'll see that some of these curses are actually safer picks than some of the curses you can get from the base curse pool, such as Barotrauma and a few others that I'll mention real soon. Certain curses also give more gifts than the others, an example being spring-loaded giving more than Mighty Gong. Before we get to the next segment, going back to what I said in the About the Medal section, I suggest starting medal curses around level 8, because you'll have a bigger curse pool and you won't have as much trouble with your early game grind. Keep in mind that you get better medal rewards the more times you choose the medal curses, but you can do it as early as level 6 if you wanted to. Quick little segment, when it comes to deciding curses, it's mostly based on your preference. Though when picking, you should factor in your current upgrades or future upgrades, because I don't really think picking spring-loaded without air mobility is the greatest move. Early on, there's a few curses you can take, such as Mighty Gong, Trip Mine curses, or spring-loaded. Personally, I don't take those curses early into the run, which is why I save my medals for level 8. Most public lobbies don't take medal curses due to the risk of getting bad curses, even if the risk isn't very impactful early game. Most of the time, it's beneficial to take medal early because of the small curse pool. Not only that, starting from level 8, medal curses could roll lap 2 and nothing. These two are, as of patch 5, the best curses for economy, lap 2 being the very best, and nothing being second best. Moving on to curses, free curses include Mighty Gong, Spring-Loaded, and Barotrauma, although Spring-Loaded can lead to some insane deaths sometimes. Taking Barotrauma immediately is recommended, considering that it's basically an upgrade. Taking curses like Problem Child, Accurate Telefragger, and Bigger Blast should be fine, as long as you avoid team killing others. Burning Bouquet is also a free pick, considering Razor Bloom and Kelowna already attack at nearly the same time, and this curse makes little to no difference in their attack frequency. Moving on to curses that are solely based on your team's skill and preference, Scorched Earth, Martslide, Deadly Melody, Blood Your Meat, Pacifier, Shotgun, and Concussion are an option. Scorched Earth is an okay option as long as people collect quickly and loop around to collect missed gifts. Martslide is just Martslide. Deadly Melody is pretty much based on the skill of your team. If your team lives a lot, it's straight up free, but if not, it can be a run ender. Blood Your Meat is feasible if your team is fine with the possibility of getting mass infection alongside it. Pacifier is really just preference, though I would only take it if I had to, or if it was late game, which pretty much makes it free. Shotgun, however, is a finicky curse, as it makes Voidbound Guardians slightly harder and makes team killing a bit easier, though it's still up to you if you want it. Concussion, on the other hand, can impact the run heavily, as anything that gives overtunes such as resonating shockwaves can give you the concussion debuff, and Mighty Gong's shockwave is also able to do the same. The only thing I can say to deal with it is to avoid Bell or Springer curses. You'd only pick this once you have a lot of mobility and survivability. Pick this with caution. Now, on to the hardest curses. Just like the curses before, they do require an above average team to deal with consistently. But unlike those curses, these require learning. And once you do, these actually become free or feasible for your run. These curses include Blade Carousel, Husk Express, Conga Line, Beacon Mirage, Lap 2, Nothing, and Trip Mine curses. Blade Carousel is a terrifying curse for the average player, but for some experienced players, this curse becomes a free pick, at the cost of making Voidbreaker's greater curses harder. Husk Express is just as scary as Blade Carousel, although this one most certainly scales a lot harsher compared to it. A pattern you'll see with most Husk curses is the importance of pathing. That's all I can really say about this. The Husk curses are ones you'll learn to play with as you get better and better at the game. Conga Line. This is what makes Husk Express scale a lot, but sometimes it's a forced pick. Just like what I said earlier, this is a curse you learn to play with as you get better. It has a huge emphasis on pathing. These two Husk curses become curses that are actually optimal for Extreme, though Conga Line can be optional if possible. Beacon Mirage is just preference. It can be free if you know how to tell between real or fake, with the real beacon being slightly brighter and yellower than the fakes, which are slightly more orange in color. Lap 2 and Nothing require above average teams, more so for Lap 2. Nothing, on the other hand, is a bit more lenient, as unlike Lap 2, the beacon is open immediately, meaning one player can just beacon while the rest greed. Lap 2 offers a greater gift boost in exchange for the risk it gives, but this risk is negated as long as you have a team that can survive a long time. If you pick one of these, remember to purify whichever one you picked once your team has either enough money or is starting to have trouble with collapse, as keeping these for too long may end your run. Trip Mine curses. As like the others, this comes down to preference and learning. If you can learn how to deal with trip mines and collect efficiently, these shouldn't be a problem. But that doesn't mean they can't be annoying though. Metal curses are a very big help in economy, basically mandatory for an extreme run. And this would actually help out a lot with stuff like affording upgrades, saving rerolls, as well as getting safer picks. Though at some point, you do need to stop taking metal curses. I would say around the level 20s, but you can keep going past that if your team can handle it. You also don't have to take metal curses. Take them if you're confident in dealing with the curses you think you can get, and metal curses are just an extra boost in economy for those willing to learn the more challenging curses in the game. Fun fact, the metal curses you can get are also the curses listed in the Purification Altar's curse list, meaning the only curses you can purify are the curses you get with metal. If you ever need to know what one of these curses look like, I suggest watching videos of high-level players, such as Steve1 and his Extreme Lobby videos. While it can be risky early on, metal curses are good and are pretty worth taking, especially early game when you need money quick, or mid game where your economy could start to falter due to missed altars. This is prevalent in public matches that don't have hosts. Nullscape doesn't exactly have the greatest new player experience, so if you clicked on this video hoping for some help on the game, I hope this video actually helped. Intermission choices are some of the most important parts of the game. Choices aren't exactly cut and dry in a game this complex. With so many things to keep track of and factor in with every choice, this guide won't be enough to do you justice. I suggest learning stuff like curse pollution and enemy stalling, in which I can link some guides in the description if you're interested in learning more about these, unless you want to read through the wiki to learn about everything. Thank you all so much for watching, and have fun nullscaping.